NLP. So, ladies and gentlemen, next 7, 8 minutes is going to be really important, where you have to do your self awareness thing along with what instruction Natasha gives us. I'm going to be a participant as well. So, I'm going to really remove myself from spotlight and have Natasha on the screen where she gives instructions and explore with us for the next 6, 7 minutes. If you have a bus waiting, I know it would be a problem for you, but otherwise, if you are not waiting for a bus, next 6 minutes is something which Natasha is going to take us through an experience of NLP. Over to you, Natasha.
Thank you so much, Sumit. So we've talked about a lot of tools, but I thought there's one interesting tool which can be done quickly, and in fact, you can start using it from like the word go. All right, and I'm going to make you experience that. My request to everybody is if they can switch on their cameras, that will be excellent. And this may require you to close your eyes as well, right? So it is going to give you some time with yourself, and you'd be able to understand things in a different way, right? So I'm just going to quickly tell you what we are going to do. All right. This is a eye close activity, which means it will help you get into that incidence a lot better and reflect on it even better, right? So I'd request everybody to have your eyes closed. I'll give you certain instructions. I'll ask you certain questions when your eyes are closed, right? And you don't have to answer those questions to me. You just have to answer them to yourselves. All right. And in between, I'll take a break. I'll tell you to shake your state off, probably get up, take a round and come back and sit at your place. And then I'll take you through another experience. And then we'll try and compare those experiences if you've been able to see the difference. Right? What I ask of you right now is to close your eyes and just concentrate on my instructions. So I'm going to request everybody to just close your eyes, relax yourselves. Wherever you're sitting, just sit in a very relaxed state. Loosen your body. And while you're doing that, I want you to think of a small problem or a conflict which you are facing currently or in the recent times. Take a very small problem or a small conflict, maybe an argument, maybe something which is not going well the way you had planned it. I want you to think of that incident. And once you are there in that incident with your eyes closed, I want you to give me a thumbs up so that I know that you are there in that incident. Now, while staying in that incident, I'm going to be asking you some questions. Just answer those questions to yourself. And when you've answered that question, just give me a nod so that I can move to the next question. All right, my first question for you in that state is, what is wrong in this situation? Once you've answered, you can either give me a thumbs up or you can nod your head. Okay. Why do you have this problem? Give me a nod if you've answered it. Whose fault is it in this problem? Who's to be blamed? What is the worst you've experienced in this problem? When is it that you felt the worst in this problem? Give me a nod if you've answered. What does this problem stop you from doing in life? All right. Slowly open your eyes. Shake your state off. So maybe you can get up, smile, look at people around, stretch yourself, whatever you want to do. Just shake yourself. Don't be in the same state. Get up, take a round, come back. Superb. Thank you, Anjali, for doing so much of stretching. Now your state is completely off. Good. All right. Before we get into the next state, I just want you to register how you felt when these questions were being asked. So just register your experience when these questions were being asked. All right. Now I want you to close your eyes again. Quickly close your eyes. Go back to the same problem. Think of the same problem which you did earlier. Same problem, same conflict, same issue. And once you are in that issue, just give me a thumbs up and start answering the questions I'm asking you. All right. Now that you're there in the state, what do you really want in this situation? What is it that you really want? Give me a thumbs up when you answer it.
Maybe people should like behave in what
Okay, Anjali. No. You have to answer it to yourself, Anjali. Close your eyes and answer it the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now that you know what you want, how will you know that you've achieved this outcome? Nod if you have answered. When you get what you want, what else in your life will change? What would be your first step towards getting to what you want? Once you've answered, you could give me a thumbs up. Register the experience of these questions and slowly open your eyes. All right, question to everybody quickly. Was there a change in the experience? Was the experience same? If it wasn't same, what was the change? If it was same, what was same? Anybody?
My experience is still the same because the problem persists.
Mm.
I think I know the answer, but I don't know because if I would be sure, I would have done it already. So probably I'm at the same place where I started.
Okay. All right. Did something open up for you, Mr. Dhingra? While you were
Yes.
trying to answer questions, did something open up for you?
Something that was unclear in terms of what I suspected was the problem. Now I've been able to articulate it.
All right. Okay. And would that articulation, if not get you to the solution, can it at least encourage you to do something which could be a little different?
Definitely, I could now have option A, B, C more clearly
Okay.
in
Okay.
terms of what I should start doing about it.
All right. Okay. Great. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Dhingra. Yes, Mohan, you were sharing something?
Yes, on first part, we were focusing on majorly the problematic part. What problems we are having, we are focusing on problems. We are not thinking of the solutions or what best we can do from that. In the second part, I was focusing on what best can be done from in this situation.
And could you answer the last question? What is that one thing I can do? The first step I can do to get.
Yes.
How does that make you feel when you now know probably at least where I can start?
I could get something answer that अगर ऐसा किया होता तो maybe the results would have been the better. The
Would have
problem
been
would not
better.
have arisen. Yeah.
Would have been better. Right. So Mohan says the first part of it, experiencing on the problem part of it, and the second experience probably could be, may not take you to the solution, but at least it opens up, gives you an awareness of what probably can be changed. Right.
Yes.
So our brain always looks at things from different frames. So there's a problem frame, there's a filter frame, there is a race frame, there is a bias frame, there is a prejudice frame, and there is also something called an outcome frame. Right? And Anjali, in fact, started answering. Anjali, were your answers different from the first experience to the second experience? Did you see any difference in the answers you gave to yourself?
A little bit there was a difference.
And what was that difference? If you could tell us
Difference
in terms
was
of experience.
if like our reaction, if we would have answered the way it shouldn't have been, if the reaction would have been we should not have gone into that reactive mode. Go into the mostly that listening mode, maybe the problem will be solved.
Okay, so it did open up maybe of something which you could have done, or maybe you can do in similar situations henceforth.
So
right?
were there two different frames, Natasha? The first frame was what, and the second frame was
So
what? If you
the
could
first
summarize.
frame was the problem frame, and the second frame was the outcome frame. And this is what you call outcome frames.
Are both the frames
Right?
important, or one of them is important?
Yes, they are both important. Problem frame helps you know where the problem lies. But the problem starts when we dwell only in the problem frame. So if we keep asking ourselves questions of why, who is to be blamed, what will I lose out on? Why is this happening to me? This is a usual thing which happens, right? Why COVID only to me? Why did it not happen to my neighbor? Right? The point is, it just pulls you in that situation a lot more. But maybe if I change the kind of questions I ask myself and I ask other people, that is when you're opening up to an outcome. So if I had to metaphorize it, again, metaphors is a great way of NLP language. So if I had to metaphorize this entire thing, what you see from the keyhole or the magic eye of a door is very different from what you see when the entire door is opened.
True.
So the first frame was like a closed vision. And it was only concentrating on what went wrong, who's to be blamed, why did I not do this? The moment I opened the door to questions, I actually started looking at things from what I say as a view from the top. So yes, outcome frames can be used in interviews, can be used in understanding employees, can be used in coaching, right? You coach a lot of your team members, right? Rather than asking them why this did not happen, you could actually ask questions. What is it that can enable you? What has to happen for you to change? So if you change the kind of frame they are working from, you'll actually see high performing people around you.
Wow. Thank you.